Hello and welcome back again to Dragon Age Origins. We have some talking to do in this episode. Specifically, I want to talk to Zevran, Liliana, and Alistair. Because, like I said at the end of the last episode, we have a difficult decision to make regarding our romance. And yeah, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't already like 90% sure who I'm going to pick, and you can probably guess who it's going to be. But I want to give the other two a chance, so I'm going to talk to them. And I'm guessing that these three are actually my only options because, I'm pretty good with Morrigan in terms of approval, but there hasn't been any sort of flirting whatsoever, so I assume she isn't interested. And I can't imagine Stan or Win being an option either. And I'm not sure if I get another companion, but to be honest, I have two warriors, I have two mages, I have two rogues, and I have three of each gender. It makes sense to me that these are all I get. So yeah, let's have a look at Liliana first. To be honest, I can't really see her with Liliana because Liliana is obviously not as innocent as she first appeared. She has a dark past and she has secrets, but to me it always seems like she's wearing a mask, a cute and kind of coy mask. And Skadi, on the other hand, is pretty straightforward. And Liliana apparently likes to be a bit enigmatic and mysterious, and this probably wouldn't go well together. So yeah, I'm not really sure about Liliana, but we will talk to her either way.
Yes? Something you need?
Let's see if there's anything new we can ask her.
Yes? What's on your mind?
I think this is new. Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Valroyaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Valroyaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Valroyaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Yeah, I've never been to Orlais.
If you get the chance, you should see it, at least Valroyaux. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
It must have been a big change moving to Lothering.
I left behind much, leaving Orlais. But there is more to life than dresses and furs. It is sad that many have lost sight of this. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes! Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
Oh wait, I do have shoes, right? Gifts. Shoes as a gift, so maybe they're for her. But I think she does have a very practical attitude towards shoes. So yeah, shoes are shoes. They're there to keep your feet dry.
Well, yes, but that's not all they're for. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Yeah, wouldn't that be hard to walk in?
I wouldn't want to run in it, or have to enter battle, but for lounging in a lady's sitting room? Perfect. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
But they're comfortable.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Yeah, I think this conversation right now just showcased that they are quite different in many aspects. But since you've been mentioning the shoes, I have some shoes. Blue satin shoes. Powder blue satin shoes with long ribbon that circle the ankle. Gold lace trim and dangling gold charms shaped like poppies at the finishing touches. So, yeah, let's give them to Liliana.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that she liked. I noticed, however, that the approval I gained from each gift seems to diminish over time, which makes sense, I guess, so I can't just bribe them infinitely with gifts. But I assume that at some point the gifts won't have any effect at all, which is fine by me. Alright, yeah, let's actually talk to her once more.
The stars are out.
Yeah? Go help Alistair make supper. Apparently Alistair is now our assigned cook. Yeah, for once, a clear night.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the blight. That whatever happens down here, they will shine eternally. Their light undimmed. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there. Do you know it? Elindra and her soldier?
Tell me the story.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story. I think deep down in her heart, Skadi is actually quite romantic. In a different way than Liliana, I guess, but in her own way.
This story is one of my favorites, a tale of a love so great and so enduring. But is it so bad if what I believe gives me comfort? Sometimes I ask
what was
myself,
that?
does such a love exist? Can it exist?
I think that was a glitch. Um, um, hmm. Yeah, few loves are so powerful.
I think I would be lucky to experience an emotion even half as pure and true as Elindra's love.
We should all be so lucky.
The world gets lonely too quickly if there is no one to share it with.
Alright. Yeah. As I said, I don't really think they're a good match, so I'm sorry, Liliana, if you're still interested. Care. Oh, she is actually jumped up to care. I think I may have to disappoint you. Okay, next option, Zevran. And from what I have seen so far of Zevran, I like him. He's interesting, he has an interesting background. He's very witty, he's very charming. But again, I am not sure if he is a good match for her. because he's maybe a little bit too suave, I guess, and maybe even a little bit too lewd and direct, as considering that she doesn't really have much experience in terms of romance, and he apparently does. But yeah, let's have a chat with him.
What say you?
Yeah, care to answer some questions?
By all means.
Tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
You certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am
course.
assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
Meddling in politics, how?
How should I know? I got the impression it involved sex, but then I get that impression about most everything. Odd,
Yeah,
really. As
I
it turned out,
noticed.
the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
And she didn't try to kill you?
Well, yes, twice, actually. Then she decided to try and use me instead. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
Oh god. Yeah, so you did actually kill her.
Not actually, no. I was a bit unimpressed by the development at first. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
Well, except for the mage, I guess.
I suppose, but she was dead. She didn't need to be happy. It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
A wise lesson to learn.
And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Alright, yeah, I think his rather casual approach to sex is not quite what our little virgin awkward warrior girl is looking for. But let's talk to him again.
What say you?
Can you teach others to be an assassin? I will eventually ask all my companions to teach me their specializations, but this is for another time. Do you stare at everyone like that? That's an odd question.
By all means.
Yeah, sure. Tell me about your adventures
Again? Well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once.
Well, nice. No, not that.
Ah, you should see the look you have. I jest, of course. Let's see. How about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Azrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts?
You killed a prince?
Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Azrin was 4th in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells.
Is this sort of thing common in Antiva?
Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part.
What did you do?
My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
Well, awesome. You're very lucky indeed.
It's true. I live a charmed life. One of the prostitutes that raised me was a fortune teller. Said I wouldn't die young. She was rather startled by that. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh?
Fair enough. Alright, warm. Okay, yeah, like I said, I don't really see either of them as a good match for Skadi. Both of them are more like, you know, persons of disguise, and she is straightforward. And so is Alistair. So I guess Alistair will be my first choice. And yeah, as it happens, I personally like Alistair the most as well. Like I said in an early episode, I liked him well enough from the beginning. He was a little bit too cocky at the start for my taste, but, you know, he has really grown on me, so I think these two will make a good fit. So yeah, let's talk to him.
So, all this time we've spent together, you know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over?
I think she will, because, you know, this is kind of like the adventure of her life. It makes me tear up just thinking about it.
Ha! There'll be no more running for our lives. No more darkspawn. Ugh. And no more camping in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, the
I
camping's
know
nice.
it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you.
Uh-oh.
A great deal. I think maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself? Or do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
Oh wow, Alistair, you totally preempted me. I've been just talking about this the whole time. And now he kind of makes the first step. Well then, I guess we're going to make the decision right now. It's too soon to say. I think I already do. I don't think so. More joking. But yeah, I think she would say this. I think I already do. Because it's true what he said. They have been through much together, you know, the Grey Warden thing, the Battle of Ostagar, and I think there is a bond between them, and she really likes him. I think she even likes his stupid jokes by now. So let's say this. I think I already do.
So I fooled you, did I? Good to know.
Oh, here we go. Alistair's making moves. Whoa.
That wasn't too soon, was it?
I need more testing. No, not really.
Good. I'll take that as a good sign. Maker's breath, but you're beautiful. I am a lucky man.
Why, thank
Now,
you.
Let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
Yeah, he is kind of adorable. Actually, yeah, I didn't actually expect this to happen, but I guess it was a good timing. Alright, so I guess... wait, where are we with Alistair now? 84 adore. And what about... Yeah, I'm not sure if I can still flirt with the others and if this will cause jealousy. That would be interesting to find out. But I think we have done enough in terms of romance for now. And I think we are going to leave for our next quest. And yes, I wanted to do the DLC, Salch's Pass, right? It was suggested to me to do this earlier in the game, so I'm going to do it now. Oh, and by the way, I have a new shield, if you haven't noticed already. It's the one that Arl Eamon gave me at the end of the last quest. I still have my family shield. It's now in my secondary slot, along with my family sword, which is still waiting for Alhau to appear. But this one is definitely better, so I'll use this for the time being. Okay, let's go and do the DLC mission. Okay, who do we want to take along? I'm kinda inclined to bring the 3 romance options with me, but I'm not sure if I should leave without a mage, because I'm still kinda low on health poultices, so I think Wynne will have to come, and I will only take Zevran and Alistair.
Yes.
Right. Right, Salch's Pass. Although the route is more treacherous than Gerland's Pass to the north, Salch's Pass can shave more than 2 days' travels off the journey to Orlais. Okay. Let's go there, and of course a random encounter. Trickster Whim. Oh, hang on a second. Trickster Whim. Wasn't this one of the things or ghosts we summoned in the Circle Tower? I don't remember completely. But I think he was called Trickster Whim. Well, this is interesting. Let's have a quick save. And lots of bloody corpses. This is ominous. Yes, alright. Let's kill this whatever it is, because I may have been the one who set him free. Oh, there's a mage. Alistair, this is something for you. Oh, all of these are Trickster Whim. Interesting. Interesting. So basically we have a mage trickster, we have probably warrior trickster and a rogue trickster. That's interesting. Well, this one disappeared. No, they're both rogues, I guess. But that's definitely a mage. And it's actually quite a tough enemy. But, well, Alistair made short work of that mage. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, let's finish this guy. Oh! Wow, I completely missed that person. Well, thank you, Alistair. Yeah. I think it was one of the spirits or whatever that we summoned during this weird summoning quest in the Circle Tower. I have to look at my footage again to see that. Alright, but he's dead. So whatever we did, we have undone it now. So let's continue to our real goal. Alright, yeah, this is it. Felix. Let's pick up the elf fruit. And the death root. And talk to Felix.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Are you asking me to find your mule? Part of your problem?
Well, yes. Oh, it's been quite the month. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
I'm Skadi, pleased to meet you.
I don't normally take this route, but with the war I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
Well, that depends. What should I have to do? Well, what do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
A control rod for a golem. What does a control rod do?
The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one. Yeah?
Oh, really? Yeah, what's the catch?
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in the village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn.
Of course.
That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least.
Well, killing darkspawn is basically what we do, so sure. How much do you want for it?
Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone by some bandit. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful to you. I paid too much to simply throw it away.
How do I know this will even work?
The fellow I brought it from is a long-standing contact. He didn't want to come to Ferelden, however, with all our troubles. He said he got it from the man who owned this golem. But to be honest, I have no idea if it will work. Hence the low price. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
Well, a personal golem sounds good.
Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
New quest, the golem and Honleys. Huh. Journey to Honleys. You have acquired a control rod from a merchant. According to his tale, the rod will activate a golem in the remote village of Honleys in the southwest of Ferelden. You should journey there to see if the story rings true. Okay, so apparently we are now going to find us a golem, because, I mean, what could possibly go wrong with that, right? And we are going to do this in the next episode, so see you then.